What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Man and Machine here with the PeakBot team, the household name for automated trading, episode 175. We've been doing this for quite a while.
We're coming up on 200 here, huh?
Coming up on 200. We're going to say that we should do something fun, and then probably won't. But maybe what we need to do is, I think Friday, I think we got to be in costume, honestly.
For Halloween.
It's Halloween. What are we going to have a live show and not be in costume? I'll tell you this, and I'm not like talking crap on the other Tradier Hub shows, but I don't think anybody else is going to be in costume.
I don't think so. I think you're right.
Maybe there's an opportunity there. Maybe once we get everybody joining this show, okay, maybe we'll put a poll out there. Maybe Doug will tell us what each of us need to be.
Maybe.
On air. Anyway, hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. We've got a lot to talk about here today. We're going to be doing stocks in real life. So we'll be taking a look at Visa. We'll talk about our personal experiences as well as the stock, maybe even try to form a trade idea around it if there's anything interesting there. If not, we'll find another trade idea. We're going to talk about the bot shop, Ben Bot specifically, and discuss deeper on how we built the strategy. Ben, what's the topic today specifically? Last week was strike prices.
Talking about stops and take profits today.
Excellent. So all that and more on today's show. So thank you so much for joining us again. We'll give everybody a few minutes buffer time to join. So Ben, why don't we do this? I'm curious to know, that's actually maybe a loaded question. What's the best thing you ate this weekend?
Okay. Yesterday was my brother-in-law's birthday party, and we ordered out at a local pizza shop. This pizza shop has the best chicken vodka parm I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
If you've never ordered a chicken parm and swapped out marinara sauce for, is it marinara? I think it's just regular red sauce.
Sure, yeah.
If you swap that out for vodka sauce, game changing.
Dude, absolutely. There's different. First of all, tell me where.
Toscana.
Now, what town is that in?
That's in Hopatcong.
It is. Okay, former Lavinia?
Yep, former Lavinia, former Franks.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. All right, so that's a big deal. I'm gonna have to try that out. It's called the chicken. Go ahead.
It's chicken vodka parm.
Yeah.
It's not on the menu. You got to ask for it. It's worth going out of your way for.
So look, I got one in Wharton that you'll have to try at La Forchetta. It's called the Chicken Series Sandwich. Same thing, vodka parm. And that's a really good sandwich. All right, cool. All right, mine was my brunch burger. I had the hangover burger, although not hungover, but I wanted the breakfast Taylor ham, egg, and cheese essentially on a double burger. That was a bit ridiculous, a bit gluttonous maybe, but I enjoyed it. Pro move, and I feel like a lot of people from our town do this, a lot of people from our friend group. If you're out at breakfast at the diner, if you even have diners, if you're not in New Jersey, get your breakfast potatoes well done, crispy. That's what I feel like you do it. I heard Austin do it. I did it. It's a move.
It is a move. Crispy potatoes, because if you don't order it crispy, there are going to be a few undercooked potatoes in there that you're going to bite into, and it's going to ruin your breakfast. Yeah,
I agree with that 100%. You a hot sauce guy on most breakfasts? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big hot sauce guy. All right. Let's get into it, Ben. Let's get started with stocks in real life and go from there. We will also be teasing King AI. We will look at our current position that we're in for a couple of our strategies. I know the market is up pre-market here. We got some time, about an hour. So let's get into it, Ben.
All right, let's do it. Let's get this on screen. We are talking about Visa today. Ticker is V for everyone, everywhere. Dillon, are you a Visa card holder?
I am.
Me too.
I'm a Visa guy. And I think I've always been a Visa guy.
I've never regretted being a Visa card holder more than when I am at Yankee Stadium and they give you free drinks if you're a MasterCard holder. But I won't switch. I don't know why. I've got the United card on Visa, and I'm Visa for life now.
So It's they do get you there. I have a little, much like my a little diversification. I'm a Visa guy. My checking.
Your audio just it went.
Is it any better?
Now it's much better.
Okay, so I was saying I have a diversification within my types of cards, if you will. So I got Visa for like checking, but my credit card's a MasterCard.
Oh.
So I'm doing both. I'm doing both now. I'm saying that out loud. I wonder if that's weird. I don't think it's weird.
I don't think it's weird.
So yeah, maybe you're right. I didn't know that though. At Yankee Stadium, what, free soft drinks with a MasterCard?
Yeah. You get a free large like bottle of Pepsi.
Wow.
And those were like $9 at Yankee.
Yeah, I was going to say those are not cheap. So yeah, I'm a Visa guy. I just got a brand new Visa because I had some fraud on my checking account, my debit card, so had to get a new one. But yeah, Visa always, and you're the same.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Speaking of credit card fraud, what's the wildest thing? I feel like we might have talked about this on the show. I know you and I have talked about it. I don't know.
I think so.
On the show though. What's the wildest thing you've ever gotten charged for in like credit card fraud?
And I think your story is better than mine, especially if you're bringing it up for potentially what would be a second time on our live shows. Mine are silly. I've seen, like, the most recent one was like $250, and you couldn't really tell what it was. But I've gotten ripped for like $300 or $400 at like a gas station.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stupid crap like that. What about you? What was yours?
Yeah. Recently, well, the ridiculous one was, and this wasn't as recent, but I was in New York City for a dinner. And as soon as I sat down for dinner, I got a notification on my phone, $650 at a candy store in New York City. Somebody got my credit card information, went to a candy store in New York City and bought $650 worth of candy.
Wow.
That was ridiculous.
Do you think there's any possibility that the candy store was just a front and that they purchased illegal drugs?
I looked it up.
This
it was like
a candy store.
I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think it was called the Candy Shop, literally the Candy Shop.
Okay.
I don't know if it still exists. Maybe it does. I think it was also like a bar. It was like a bar candy shop mix. But at the time that we were at dinner, I don't know if the bar portion was open yet. So I really think somebody had to buy $650 worth of candy.
That's insane. That's pretty wild. Okay, so all that said, yeah, Visa. I mean, are they the biggest? Do you know? Are they the?
Let's look that up. Let's look that up.
I'll pull it up myself. Who is the biggest credit card? I guess. How would you even word it? Now I feel silly. Because what are the other ones? Visa, MasterCard, Chase. Or no, Chase isn't a card.
Discover
and Amex.
Chase.
Discover was always the problem for me. When I worked in ticket sales for Jets and the Terps, anytime somebody had a Discover with the card starting with a 6, the system was going to screw it up. It wasn't going to take. Discovers were terrible. Chase is okay, but Chase is the bank behind it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the terminology we need to look up is what is the largest credit card network?
Okay, let's see.
Credit card network.
Visa is the largest credit card network globally.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Has the largest market share in the United States.
How many credit cards do you think are in circulation with Visa right now?
Well, being that my AI overview on Google just told me.
What did it tell you? I want to know if it aligns with this website I'm looking at.
Let's see. 4.3 billion cards.
I've got 459 million cards.
I'm sharing my screen. AI, man. We're all screwed, aren't we? Unless you're using King AI, of course. All right. This is what I'm getting right here. Has the most cards. Okay, that was globally. Were you doing a US stat?
Oh, this is US. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So AI is not totally screwing us then.
Okay.
I'm looking at global numbers here, I believe. All right, so I was looking at the chart here, Ben. Oh, let's do an IPO guess. You have any idea?
When it IPO'd?
Yeah.
I really have no idea. 1980.
Whoa, come on, man. Hold on. Credit cards. They haven't been around that long.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
No.
My credit card history is I have no credit card history knowledge.
So it looks like an IPO date of March 19th, 2008. Was that before or after the crash? My
Probably
goodness.
before.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, March 19th, 2008. Yeah, because the crash happened later, going into 2009. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, what does the chart look like? What kind of
All right, here's the
ideas?
chart.
What kind of ideas are we gonna give ourselves? See, Doug agrees with me. The 80 sound reasonable.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You know.
Doug got
Before.
charged for Adobe, and he does not have Adobe on that card.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. You know what sucks? When the fraudulent transaction is so small that you're like, I'd rather just pay the $10 a month than get a new credit card, because then you have to go and reset all of the autofill things for your credit card on your computer.
Wow, I didn't even. Yeah. Oh, I have to do that. Yeah, that's terrible. All right, so here's the chart all time. All right, so 08. I would imagine that June of 08. This was probably the crash here, the financial crisis. Okay, but Ben, overall, I mean, I guess this is a pretty good chart right here, man. Doesn't get much better than that.
No.
So IPO'd around $13 and change. The stock is currently trading pre-market just shy of $350 per share. Let's go and look at here's the last 5 years. These are weekly bars here. So I think maybe you can say there was some consolidation, maybe some bearish action from 21 into 22. Not a surprise there. And it's been bullish ever since. I have some blue lines drawn on there because I'm liking a condor, but a condor is the first thing that I look at when I see a chart. I'm like, okay, how wide can I get to think I can stay in between these two lines? But we'll take a closer look. I just want to see what the beta is. Okay, so a 0.87 beta. That's telling us that it moves pretty similarly to the overall market, which, makes sense for a stock like Visa. I'm going to just take a look at some of the signals here. So we're bullish for the technicals over the next month, very bullish. I mean, that makes sense. Let's zoom on in here. We're going to go year to date. Okay, so here's what I saw, Ben. So we started the year pretty low, down at 313, got as low as 304, jumped back up. And I would say for a majority of the year, and we can even widen this if we really wanted to maybe like here. All right, so a majority of the year, we've stayed in between 325 and 360, 362, call it. So this was back in April when the whole market just dumped out. All right, so not surprised. It seems like a relatively healthy stock. If we zoom on in even more, we can say over the last, what do we call it, since the middle of June here, we've stayed within this 335 to 360 channel. And now we can even shrink it up even more. So now since, I don't know, call it middle of August, we've in between 335 and 355. So a $20 price range. That's the first thing I see here, right? I mean, I would imagine that just looking at the charts, this is not fundamentals, this is not anything. This is just strictly looking at this chart here. I'd say we bounce back up, back into this 350 range and maybe come back down. So if I'm looking at dates here as we move on out, well, let me shut up, Ben. What do you think when you're looking at this?
I mean, I've got some ideas for it. I'm looking at the dividend payment. They pay a quarterly dividend of like 60 cents per share, maybe a little bit less than 60 cents per share. Hover over that dividend payment at the bottom, just see what the last payment was.
That's not this. Oh, the dividend. Sorry, 59 cents.
59 cents. Yeah. So I mean, if you're picking up 59 cents per share, if you get yourself 100 shares, it's $59 a quarter. You're going to get paid. I would almost say, hey, throw a put collar on this and protect your downside. You cap your upside, but we've been trading in this range. I would probably give ourselves a little put collar action. Maybe sell I can't see the strikes. Can't see the numbers.
Here, hold on.
A little too small for me.
Well, no, how about you make your screen bigger, man?
I don't know how to do that in the studio. I could zoom in though.
Dude, there's a
We
big
could sell the 355 call, give yourself a little bit of upside, and then whatever premium you get from that, offset it by buying a put, call it maybe the 340 put, depending where we are. Maybe those will offset themselves and then hold through the dividend, collect the dividend with relatively low risk. You participate in a little bit of upside and you cap your downside. I don't hate that trade.
Throw it up in a Tradier chain if you got it in an order.
So, I mean, this would also require 100 shares. So I think that it'd be quite expensive.
I'm gonna put together an idea around my condor here, I think. Well, you work on that. All right. So
no, I'm gonna go with your condor.
Oh, okay. All right. So then here's what I'm going to do really quickly. Don't mind me. I'll pull it up. I know we're only on the side here. All right. So this is, again, ticker V for Visa. I'll pull this back up now. All right. So again, I might just like put an order out there and see if it fills. Obviously, the market being so the market's up pre-market. So this trade idea may wait, but here's what I'm thinking. I think I want to grab I want to go like kind of far out. Like I want to go to the end of the year almost. Like I'm thinking, let's put a vertical line here. So if I did a condor expiring Friday, January 2nd, in between 335 and 360, let's see what we can do here. So expiring on, okay, I can't get that far out. It won't give me that specific date. I can go to 116. All right, I don't hate it. Let's just see what we can do. What were my strikes again? I was going to go with 358 and 334.
Yeah, you might be capped at the $5.
Yeah. All right, so I want to go with a sold call at, we'll say 355. I'm okay with that. No, I'm going to go 360. Sold call at 360. Ben, how long, how wide are these legs, you think? I guess $5.
Yeah, go $5.
What we would do. All right, so then we'll buy it here. And then we'll come back. Sorry, I'm a little slow. I just want to make sure I get it right. 335, and then we'll go below it at 330. So 335, bought at 330. Let's see what we got here. All right, Ben. So the credit mid right now is 335. So $335 in premium. If, Ben, make sure I got this looking right, $5 wings.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that means, so what does that mean our max risk is on this situation? If we're risking $5 in total, right? 500 with $5 wide wings. We're earning 335 in credit. So does that make our max risk $185 some odd dollars? Or whatever
$265.
Terrible math there live on air. So, okay. But still, I don't hate that. So let's just, so it's 360 and 335. So if we were to make that legit on here, we're going to go with 360. We'll change this one up. We'll get 335 on here. All right. I like staying in this range by the end of the year. I really do. And man, I could even like, if we were to go crazy, we can even move it out, go to like 365. I won't take too much longer on this. Let me just try one more thing. So if we go to 365 and 370, that gives us even more breathing room, and I'm only paying back like 20 some odd bucks.
Yeah, you got to see what it looks like when the market opens. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now there's a huge bid-ask spread on that condor you've got there.
Yeah, there is 150 to 465. So, all right. Well, look, I don't hate that idea. I'm going to put this in my notes today. I might take a look at this mid-morning, see what the action's looking like, see what the market's looking like, and go from there. But not financial advice by any means, not even the slightest. But I like my 335, 365 condor on Visa for the end of the year here. I'll see what the bid ask looks like once the market opens today. All right, Ben, that's Visa.
I like it. I like
Okay,
that
cool.
trade idea.
That's nice. I like getting your approval.
You know, I think for PeakBot, we need to start looking at longer expiration condors because there's a lot of money to be made there. And I know some people that are making a good amount of money selling the. I almost said a broker's name that we should not say.
Oh, dude, no.
But there's a certain broker that has a very well-known method of trading condors. 45 DTE, roll around 20 DTE, sell your condors, manage the position, and get in new condors every couple of days. So it's like you could have like 10 to 20 condors open at one time, and you're just rolling. You're taking profit at like 25, 50%, and then you're rolling at the 20 delta or 20 DTE.
I'll tell you, when you look at that and you're like, okay, obviously, let's say we were to collect that Visa trade at the mid, somewhere around 300, 330 bucks for $5 wide leg for, a longer dated option. We got a month and a half on that, or whatever month on that. 2 months on that. Yeah, let's get in the lab, Ben. Let's get in the lab. I like it. All right, where do we go from here now, Ben?
You want to do the bot shop?
Let's do bot shop. Yeah, we took a while on that first segment there, so why don't we? Don't you dare rush. But yeah, we'll keep things moving.
I'm not gonna rush. But all right, let's get going on the bot shop. We're talking about BenBot. I'm now very excited for BenBot to end, so that way we can get into King Condor in the bot shop.
King AI.
Sorry, yes, King AI. We did King Condor. King AI, and then we do have another AI bot, Orbit AI. It's the first time that name is being said in public.
It is
Orbit AI, but I won't give any details out about it yet.
The name was voted on internally. Was it my suggestion of a name? Yes. Is that a surprise to anybody at this point? No. Let's get into BenBot.
All right, BenBot. We've so far talked about the intro and results. We've talked about entry criteria. We've talked about strike price last week. This week, we are going to talk about the stops and take profits. So we're going to look at 4 different scenarios, all of which kind of do a little bit of everything. I'd say for the most part, we use stops and we use take profits. And I'll explain why. And because this strategy is not back testable, unlike our previous series, we will not have charts to show, hey, if we did this one thing, then this would have been the results in a chart because of that. But we'll talk about everything in theory. I'll pull up a chart and we'll talk about how things can turn out a certain way. So let's assume we are using stops and take profits. And I like I said, this is kind of where BenBot most closely aligns. You're going to have smaller losers with stop losses. You're going to lock in those gains via the take profits. That's going to create an overall smoother equity curve. Now, we do see this playing out on some BenBot trades where sometimes as early as like 11 a.m., we'll get in right after the bell. Sometimes 11 a.m., an hour and a half after we enter a trade, we'll take our profit and we'll run. We've got money on the table. There's not much left to gain, and then just take our money and run. We've got guardrails. We don't want to give back our profits, and it's efficient with our capital because then we can go and use that capital for another trade at some other point throughout the day. Now, of course, we are cutting off full day credits when we are taking profit. We are putting ourselves potentially in a bad position if we stop loss early on in the day and price recovers later on in the day. That has happened before. And then there's just more overall complexity on how do we make those decisions on take profit and stop loss, although we've got a pretty good system figured out now. And let's maybe just take a look at an example of when we might have stopped out early, and this is not what happened on this particular day, but inside this white space here, we get in right around here. IWM dips in the first couple of minutes. If we had stopped out down here, we would have missed this price recovery later on in the day, and that would not have been fun. So we could have seen that happen, got out there, and then we would have completely missed this recovery. That's why PeakBot rules say don't really make any adjusting trades until 2 p.m. Now there's exceptions to that rule, but it's a rule that we stick to most of the time. I like what Doug has to say. It's like folding a bad poker hand. It might turn out you had won, but the odds, they weren't there. And trading, very much like poker, is gambling.
In too many ways. Too similar to poker.
It's too similar. So take profit, stop loss. Another instance where take profit can hurt us is, let's say, no, I'm messing up my charts here.
All right, man. It's only live television.
Yeah.
And all the people are flowing in now. For those of you who are, sorry, really quick, for those of you who are just joining, PeakBot, automated trading bots for you, easy to use, especially on our favorite broker, Tradier. Ben's breaking down his 0 DTE covered call strategy on IWM, fully automated, and the stops and the take profits. Go ahead, Ben, sorry.
So take profit. Let's say we open up here, we get into a position right around this level, and then a couple minutes later, we shoot up. We've got a solid gain on the account. We take profit. And then we see this red bar. We think, oh, great. We avoided disaster. Great trade. But then you let the day play out, and it turns out, wow, we could have made full profit if we just waited for the entire day. So that's where the take profit could hamstring you. However, we only aim to take profit when there's not much left to gain on the position. So what about stops and no take profit? Well, kind of like we just saw. If we're taking stops, then we are getting out of positions potentially too early. Again, we try to not touch the position until 2 p.m. Eastern. So give it the day to play out. There are exceptions if the market's absolutely turning on its head, but we'll try not to just stop out early. We'll roll if roll is needed. But sometimes a stop is necessary later on in the day when there's not much premium left to be recovered in the position. Sometimes it's actually cheaper just to stop out, cut your losses, pack it up, come back the next day. Now, if we never take profits, then we're assuming that we're always going to get assigned on winning days, and we're going to have those shares called away. We're going to pay an assignment fee of $5, which is okay. It means you won. You're paying back a little bit on your winners. Not fun when you put all that math together and figure out how much it's costing you all the time. But it's not a fee that can be avoided with Tradier, and that's okay.
And most brokerages.
Most brokerages, actually, Schwab is the only one that I know of that isn't charging for assignments. IB might not be either, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, for all the reasons we just talked about, having a stop and no take profit, the stops could get you out of positions too soon. The take profits, they'll leave you in, you get assigned, but they could also, and again, you'll never know until the day actually plays out. But if you're not taking profit early on, let's say there's a $100 profit potential, and you enter at 9:35 Eastern, and then at 11 o'clock Eastern, let's just say that $90 of the $100 has been or could be realized if we close the position.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, I'm closing that trade. I'm not gonna let the exposure of the rest of the day play out for $10. I'm gonna take that.
And I'm going to take that because you're taking it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, right, exactly. So you just don't want that additional exposure. Could you make an extra $10? Does that add up over time? Sure, could. But if you really wanted to quantify it, numbers would say take profit and get that exposure off the table.
Yep.
Looking into a version with no stops and take profits. All right. And we do have a question that came in on YouTube. Sorry, just joined. Have you discussed the King bot yet? So assuming King AI, we have not. So tune in. You're going to have to listen to me ramble about the Ben bot for, call it 4 more minutes. And then we can talk about King AI for a little bit.
Perfect.
So what does a version with no stops and take profits look like? So no stops means, hey, on days that we're going down, we're just going down. And we're going to roll. We'll still continue to roll. But in those certain scenarios, which do happen sometimes where it's actually cheaper just to cut the strategy and take the loss and move on, that's not going to be the case. So if I were to draw a curve, and we'll look at the curve of King Condor or Ben bot in just a minute on the web app, I think there would be sharper drawdowns if we did not implement stop losses and losing streaks, because losing streaks will happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what strategy you're trading, losing streaks will happen. They're going to hurt more. But with the take profit side, we're taking profit. So we are taking that risk off the table. So hopefully you don't need a stop loss as often. And then no stops, no take profit. You're basically saying, I'm just getting in this position and I'm going to let it ride. Right.
Yep.
So you're in the position, you're buying the shares, you're selling the call at the beginning of the day. The different things that can happen throughout the day are, one, price could go up and you get those shares called away at your call strike. You collect a premium, you collect a gain on shares. Life is good. The other thing that could happen is price is below your strike price at the close and you're holding those shares overnight. So there is overnight exposure, which I'm not a super fan of. I don't want to have that overnight exposure on these short positions.
Unless you're protected.
Unless you're protected, which you could be. The Ben bot does sometimes hold overnight shares, but there's always a protective put in place if that is the case. But no stops, no take profits. You're basically just saying, I'm betting on IWM and I'm capping my upside, which I don't think the smartest play, but to each his own. And I will say there is potential to make a lot of money on gap ups overnight. Yeah. You could also lose a lot of money on gap downs if you're just holding your positions overnight. So we landed on, as we mentioned for the Ben bot, we landed somewhere in the middle where we will stop out sometimes. We'll mostly just roll, and then we'll close down those rolls towards the end of market close. We will take profit. We will take some risk off the table if enough profit is achieved early enough on in the day where it's just not justified to take on that risk for just a little bit more profit. But that's it. That stops and take profits. Why we do what we do with the Ben bot. And if you're not trading Ben bot, you can go ahead and trade it at app.peakbot.com. Go ahead and get signed up for that. Dillon, King Condor, King AI.
Let's do a couple things.
Orbit AI. What do you want to talk about?
I want to pull up my portfolio, and I think we can accomplish a couple things. And we're going to talk King AI because we have a position open right now. Ben, maybe you can have the results sheet pulled up for everybody so we can kick over to that when it feels appropriate.
It's on the app now.
It's on the app. It's true. You know what? Pull that up so everybody can see it because that's a new feature. We should cover that. So here's what I'd like to do, Ben. We were talking about overnight exposure. I'm talking about a totally different strategy now, and it's our wheel strategy. But Ben, let me tell you something. I've been wheeling the TQs.
Yeah.
It's the most outside of the new King AI and of course JR28, our copy trading partner, has been crushing it. So successful, dude. I'm getting assigned and then it's popping back up every time I'm assigned. Like I'm gonna sell it this morning for like an $800 gain just on the shares.
Love that.
And I'm collecting almost 80, $90 in premium every week too. So here, check this out. So this is, I'll zoom in. So if we look at my TQs here, all right, so it's currently trading at 110 and change. We'll see what it opens up at. In fact, why don't we just pull this up here quickly? All right, so, oh man, is this gonna be fun. Ben, I'm just gonna put a market order in and I'm just gonna sell the shares whenever it opens.
Yeah.
All right, because I own them at 103.
Wow.
So I got signed at 103 last week or 2 weeks ago. I forget. Maybe it's 2 weeks I've held the shares now on the wheel. But, dude, that's fun. So I'm literally just going to go and close this out. Ben, not financial advice. Am I crazy? I think I'm just going to put a market order in and let it sell.
Do it.
All right. Bang. All right. By the way, I also put in my Visa order. I didn't let it wait. Because I'm thinking I'm a bit longer dated and we'll see. Here's what I did, Ben. I moved it out even further. 260 credits, what I'm looking for. All right. Just a little more than half, on my total risk. So I'm looking to fill at a 365 and a 330. So I even moved the bottom out even more. Oops. And so it looks something like this now. If we were to zoom out, are my lines gone? They're gone. All right, but I'm 330 or anyway, you know what? Don't worry about that order. I'm confusing myself now. We'll see if it gets filled. And if not, I'm okay with that too. All right. So I took us totally off track. We want to look at our King Condor position. I'm sorry, Ben, we got to stop doing that. That's like the fourth time me and you did that today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at our King AI position. Ben, where are you anticipating right now, at least?
Well, you pull up the position. I'll look at the futures real quick, and I'll see where I think we're going to open up.
All right, so here's King AI strikes mapped out on our chart here. All right, so what we've got, and I'll zoom on in here. All right, so here's the last few days. All right, so this was the last trading session here. All right, very choppy, very flat. All right, on Friday, Ben, right now, so we closed at 6,791 and change. Our strikes, the inside of our iron condor legs, okay, they're 10 wide, but our sold call is 6,855 and our sold put is 6,695. So pretty wide. I forget exactly what deltas those were at entry based on the King AI's AI model. Tells us what the confidence level is for each strike. Do you know what those were, Ben?
I think it was the 10 delta for both sides this time.
All right. And do you see us opening maybe close to the top here?
I'm going to guess if we were to open right now, we would open right around 68.40 to 68.45.
All right. So somewhere
still within the strike. I would imagine, and who knows anything these days. I would imagine there's going to be a little bit of a pullback today. I mean, we got a gap up on Friday, gap up over the weekend. Maybe we just put our heads down and we're just charging bull at the moment. Who knows?
All-time highs.
Yeah.
Last week. So yeah, we'll see. I don't disagree with what you're saying. There's definitely some space to fill here. As we zoom out even. So, all right, but hey, pretty wide. And of course, if you're in a King AI position, you have the ability to manually exit at any point. But the King AI, the mentality there is keep calm and condor on. We're going to let this position rock, at least for the fully automated ones. But I'll be keeping an eye on the position myself. This bot does flaunt a 97 to a 98% win rate. Ben, do you have the fun stuff? Yeah, this is
here's the results sheet, and we did a lot of back testing on this with a lot of data. The King AI strategy. We got to change the name.
I don't know. Yeah, we might have to. The logo is just so good.
Yeah, we can make another good logo. The King AI strategy analyzes over 300 data points at the time of entry, and that helps make the decision of what delta to place the wings of the Iron Condor at. And some days it won't place a trade because the odds just aren't in our favor. It's not perfect. It will lose, but it doesn't lose that often. We see here, based on our backtest results, going all the way back to 2016, so that's about 10 years of backtested results. There's a 98.3% win rate, 1,300 total wins, 24 total losses. The average win is $100. The average loss is $666. Now, the most you'll lose, and we experienced this live trading it a couple weeks ago, the most you'll lose is the $10 spread minus the credit received, and that could be it could be devastating if you're only trading with $1,000, which is why we like to budget $10,000 to trade the King Condor strategy. If you look at this chart, it is absolutely insane. We don't even like showing it because it's like you won't believe it when you see it. But this is also on our web app. If you have a PeakBot account, this is what it's going to look like. I'll switch over to light mode real quick. I prefer light mode. If you look all time, this is what we got for King AI. We can go to see how it's done in the past quarter. You see there are dips. We do lose, and it does take a little while to recover. But recoveries happen, and this is how we let the strategy play out. If you're trading one unit on this for the last quarter, that's a $4,000 realized P&L there.
Ben, hit them with the last month, because that's been about how long we've been actually live.
Yes, so we've been live for a month, made just about $1,200. We've been live for a little bit longer than a month because I know that we've made close to $2,000 total.
Yep.
But this is how the last month has looked. And again, right, we are going to lose. We're going to drop.
You're going to feel the losses if you're watching,
right?
If you're looking and watching, you're going to feel the losses. But again, as you zoom out, sorry, Ben.
Oh no, there's more rumors of a China trade deal. There's almost no chance that'll. Yeah. We will see. We will see what that does to the market. The day that this bot did lose, that we see on screen here, was the day that Trump announced 100% tariffs on China, or increased
the whole market,
tariffs, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say it's not the AI model's fault, but
no, there's going to be unpredictable events, and for those unpredictable events, you either decide that you're ready and take action, or you're going to let it go. Well, King AI, take account of this week's news. There are so many big items. So Ben, what we can cut me off if I'm sharing too much, okay? But I hate that.
Why don't I just explain it?
Okay, I think I'm going to say the same thing, but go ahead.
It's going to be off for FOMC. Mega cap earnings. We're going to keep Common Condor on. Trump China meeting. If there's enough time to avoid it, yes. Anytime Trump is going to be meeting with, call it a controversial leader or country, and there's some insight into what that event is going to do, the bot scans for those types of things and it alerts us. And then what we have to do is we have to go back and say, okay, historically, what has this type of event done to the market? Is it going to blow up our position? FOMC, regardless, will be off. So like Tuesday into Wednesday and Wednesday into Thursday this week, off. For the Trump-China meeting, I don't think we knew about that on Friday, so we're in the position from Friday expiring today. And I think that's a good segue into taking a look at what economic and political events are happening this week. And Paul, if you got any more questions, throw them in the chat.
I was going to give him. I was going to send him our email if he wants to schedule time. I'll put it in the chat here.
Yeah, maybe a quick demo. But let's go ahead, pull up I'm going to look at financial juice first. I like looking at financial juice for today. Share this. All right, so today we've got Trump and Japan PM meeting. That's after the market close today. Trump meets with business leaders tomorrow morning. So I'm assuming that's going to maybe be the China meeting. Not 100% sure. Then let's switch back over to TradingView to get a bit of a cleaner view on all of this. So not much else to be concerned about tomorrow other than it being the first day of FOMC. And we've seen it in the past. Sometimes data leaks the first day of FOMC, so we are careful. And sometimes we'll turn the bots off. Wednesday is the interest rate decision. It is when Jay Powell will get on the podium and speak to us. Thursday, we've got GDP data, which we will keep calm and condor on through that. Friday, PCE, we've got jobs data. We will keep calm and condor on through that as well. Although Wednesday into Thursday, we will not, because that is right after interest rate decisions. And if the market is too volatile on Thursday, the bot will be off anyway, because there are volatility measures built into the bot.
Awesome. That covers it.
Other than FOMC, Dillon, I would say there's not too much going on this week.
Okay. Michigan sentiment report. It's every other week, is that?
Every other week, yeah.
That's terrible. Okay, well, then we covered a lot here today. All right, if you're still listening, you're still out there, a couple of things to recap on. PeakBot is the easiest automated trading platform on the market. There's no question about that. We're also the most transparent. You'll see every single trade result, what's hot, what's not. It's all there and in front of you. We also share all of the details of our strategies. All right, so there's nothing for PeakBot to hide here. Our newest strategy, King AI, is an absolute ringer. And we'll see how the market opens today. We're going to keep calm and condor on with that position and many more. I'm excited. I'm excited about everything we've got going on with PeakBot, all of our partners, all of our strategies, all of the updates. So if you have any questions, you want to learn more about PeakBot, shoot us an email at experience@peakbot.com, or just go to our website and use the chat feature. You can message us, schedule some time with our team, whatever you need, whatever you want. We are here for you. 7-day customer support, best in class. So, Ben, I don't think there's anything else here. So thank you so much for joining us. We will be live again Friday on Halloween. Oh, maybe in costume if there's enough interest in suckering us into doing that. If anybody's watching and has any costume requests that are appropriate, maybe we'll surprise you. And if we don't, you won't be too let down. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, we'll see you at the peak. Thanks so much. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.